So hey Lawn Care Nation, as you can see behind me, I'm back with another Milwaukee video for you guys. This time we're featuring the all-new, more powerful Milwaukee M18 Quick Lok attachment capable system. Now this follows last week's video where I showed you the all-new 16-inch Milwaukee M18 trimmer, and this unit follows in its footsteps with increased power and better cooling. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is the brand new Milwaukee M18 Quick Lok system. The package that I have here is their string trimmer kit. So it comes packaged with the string trimmer attachment. It comes with a M18 and M12 rapid charger, and it also comes with a single 8 amp hour new Forge battery. This is Milwaukee's top of the line battery unit, putting out much more power and longer run times than previous generations. This package is model number 3016-21ST. So you can also buy these Quick Lok systems as a standalone just motor unit if you're replacing an older version and have all the attachments and batteries and chargers, or if you're starting from fresh or just want a second complete system, then you can buy it in various kits. This one is packaged with the string trimmer kit. You can get some with some of the other attachments in various kits packaged all together. So let's look at some of the key differences here and some of the specifications. So on the box here, it says has a cutting swath of 14 to 16 inches, can accept a line diameter up to 0.95 inches. This unit features 3 speeds, so 0 to 4600 RPM, 0 to 5400 RPM, and 0 to 6200 RPM. It has a 3-speed selector switch, and the trigger is a variable speed style trigger. It features a bump feed head, and the weight with battery is 12.4 pounds. As far as assembly goes, the only things that you're going to need to do to assemble it is you're going to have to put the handle on, and it includes 2 bolts and nuts with a couple of these brackets here. And you just put that together. It also comes with an Allen key type wrench to be able to tighten that down. And the other thing that you're going to need to do is to put the guard on the string trimmer attachment, and that just requires these 4 screws to be installed to put the guard on. Now, if you remember from the specs there, it says it has a cutting swath of 14 to 16 inches. So that is adjustable by changing this little line cutter here. So in this particular mode here, this is in the 14-inch cutting path. So you're getting approximately 7 inches or so from the center there to the cutting swath there, and then another 7 on that side. To make this 16, you remove these 2 screws and you flip this around so that this cutting edge now is about 1 inch back farther here, which is going to give you an 8-inch cutting swath on this side and an 8-inch on that side, making the 16. So you can see here on the ground as well, I've got the original Milwaukee Quick Lok attachment system with all of the attachments that I own, and I absolutely love this system. It has been fantastic. In fact, once I got this system, I stopped using any of the gas-powered models I had, including the Steel Combi system and the Echo PAS or PAS system. I just found the Milwaukee to be much more superior, just being more enjoyable to use with no noise and no fumes. So let's take this new one and put it beside the original and do a comparison here. So you can see at first glance that the motor unit on the new model is much beefier looking than the original. It also includes some cooling fins here on the back as well as on the bottom there, and that is because Milwaukee has installed a much more bigger and more powerful motor in this new version than the previous version had, as well as they have thoughtfully designed a cooling system for this unit to be able to handle the increased power and heat that might be generated from that larger motor. Inside is also much thicker gauge wires that go throughout the motor versus the original. A lot of that is to do with the fact that these new Forge batteries are just much more powerful. They're a new tabless technology, which allows a lot more energy to be dumped from the battery directly to the motor, increasing that power. So a larger motor was installed in these to be able to utilize that technology from these new Forge style batteries. That being said, this unit will run off of all of the original M18 batteries as well. Okay, so with the cooling fins here, the unit is designed to draw cool air in through the top here. It passes over the PC board and electric components there, over the electric motor, and gets exhausted out of the bottom through these vents at the bottom. You'll notice that these Forge batteries as well have cooling vents on the bottom. Those are designed to work with their rapid chargers that allow the units to exhaust the warm air through the battery as it's being charged as well. Okay, so on the business end of the new Quick Lok string trimmer kit and the string trimmer attachment specifically, it's mostly the same as the original, just some slight design differences here. You can see it includes the same quick change or quick load string system, where you basically put two hands on the unit, line up the two red marks, and then you're able to pull, take a long piece of pre-cut string, stick it through one side, that will have it pull out the other side, and then you can use two hands to then just wind the unit and quickly load that string. On the newer model, the top section here has the smaller part, and the bottom is the wider part of the bump feed, whereas on this previous model that I had here, the smaller part is on the bottom and the wider part is on the top. But I would expect these to work pretty much exactly the same. So as mentioned, I have used the previous first generation version of the Quick Lok attachment system with all of the attachments here. I love it for the edger attachment for the sidewalks, as well as I predominantly use it with the articulating hedge trimmer attachment and the extension pole on that attachment. I also use it with the garden tiller attachment. Now here's an interesting thing about this Milwaukee Quick Lok system and why I'm excited especially about this new, more powerful unit, is that one of the most demanding tasks that this unit can do is using that big cultivator attachment to break through hard soil, compacted soil in a garden, clay-based soil, and it does a fantastic job. If you watch the video that I did reviewing this unit, you'll just see how well this particular attachment works. And that was with using the original Quick Lok unit. So having this more powerful unit should vastly improve that experience of being able to break through even tougher soils with that. Now, an interesting thing that I discovered when pulling out all of these attachments to lay out to be able to do this video is that originally I had these all on top of themselves on a shelf, and originally I pulled out this cultivator attachment that I actually thought was the Milwaukee one, and only discovered that this is actually the Echo PAS 2620 cultivator attachment. And you can see with this unit how much smaller this particular unit is compared to the battery-powered M18 version. And that kind of gives you an idea of how much power even the M18 platform packs and is able to use when one of the most powerful gas-powered combi systems or pass systems on the market. This is the cultivator attachment for that versus the Milwaukee's M18 version that's able to power 4 tines, not just 2, to make it work through the soil. And this was released while the first generation model was out. So having this much more powerful unit now is another reason why I'm so excited about this unit and all of their attachments. Now, in terms of the controls with the new unit, you'll notice that it has 3 speeds that are selectable versus the original that just had the tortoise and the hare, or the rabbit and the turtle mode. So only 2 speeds there. This unit had a variable speed trigger as well, but it wasn't infinitely variable. It seemed like it had different steps in that particular range there, where this new unit has an infinitely variable speed trigger, allowing you to go from 0 to whatever the predetermined top range RPM is, as we saw in the specs there, for each of the different power settings that you have. So if we turn that power on, you can see it's on the top speed there. So I can have it on low, and the more I squeeze the trigger, it's completely infinite from 0 all the way to the top RPM as determined by whichever power level you have it set at. Changing the power level is just a matter of scrolling through, pressing the different button there to make the different lights light up. On the original unit with just the 2 speeds, you can see even though it has a variable speed trigger, it's not infinitely variable. It does change RPM as you squeeze it, but it doesn't go from that 0 all the way to the top RPM. It seems to have different steps. That's about as low as I can set it on the top speed there. Let's try on the turtle. So it really feels like it only has about 2 or 3 different levels of variability on the trigger on the original version, depending on which mode you have it set on versus the new one, which is infinitely variable. Okay, so the only thing left is to actually try it out. It's actually December the 4th, and as you can see, there's a bit of frost still left on my lawn from this morning. During last week's previous video where I showcased the 16-inch standalone string trimmer of this new Milwaukee lineup, I was doing my last cut of the season. You can see from my breath it's pretty cold. So my point being, there's not really much to cut here, being December, but we'll give it a try and just get a feel for it. But as always, if you're interested in this tool, then stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you hit that like button and you hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll be bringing you a ton more content on this, using it regularly in my lawn care business in the spring of 2025. So let's try it out. All right, let's give it a shot here. I've got my phone here to record a POV style shot. Put on my safety glasses. Let's bump out some line first. I've got it on the higher speed. So easy to bump the line out. Lots of power, much more smoother feeling in the trigger, being that infinitely variable speed trigger. So let's try it out. Again, not much to cut, but yeah, right off the bat, definitely more powerful, and that variable speed trigger is really nice. Yeah, so definitely a noticeable difference, especially in power, just kind of that torque feeling, but most especially that variable speed trigger is really nice. It's very smooth feeling to be able to go infinitely from that 0 to the top RPM versus the original, which was variable, but more of different steps in RPM. So there you have it, Lawn Care Nation, the brand new, more powerful Milwaukee M18 fuel quick lock system. Again, make sure if you like this video to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of Milwaukee's quick lock system.